Oh, there we are. Okay. Hello. Here we are. Here it is. Okay. Woohoo. We're here. Get the keyboard put away. There. Now I'm seeing you guys. Okay. Let's let everybody get caught up. Okay. I see a bunch of you coming on because we're going to kind of, I'm going to move up to the top part before we do any more of this, just in case, we run out of time, because I know you don't want to be doing this all day long, which we've been there though. So I just got to remember, smash my little tree. Okay. He was 2 inches. Black. So I'm just waiting for more of you to find us. And woohoo, hi Sherry. Okay, well there's some of you, so let's give it just another minute, and I'll tell you what we're going to do here. And let's see, we got Kim. There's not very many. I hope everybody else is finding us. Okay, we're gonna need that. Yes, we are back, and we're just waiting for others to catch up. So what I'm going to do, just to kind of, I'm going to actually skip to this top part. And then, so that, this kind of important part. Now, you've seen how you let me go and let them know. Oh, okay. You let them know, Kim. Oh, hi, Debbie. Thank you, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more right here. That way, when everybody catches up, Kim is letting them know, and I know Debbie will let them know. Then we're going to do the top, and I'll tell you what, we're going to skip to the top because of the 90-minute time frame. And I know you guys don't want to be doing this all day long, but we are almost finished. I'm going to go ahead and decorate one more square since you saw this. I don't want to lose too many people on this part. So when decorating my squares, I want to use my cut-aparts. I'll be using the cut-aparts on this box, and I'm going to use some of the ephemera cards. So I'm just going to use the ephemera card for this part. And for my ephemera card, I want to give it a little dimension. So it's going to stick over to the side, and I'm going to just trim the top or the bottom, whichever. And I'm going to trim off the black because I want to show you the top part. And then I'll show you how I had decorated some of the other pieces because I know some of you wanted to see the pinwheels. So this Santa Claus is just going to sit here. So we were just talking, if you're just joining, we're going to decorate this one more box. These are very simple, and depending on your paper, you might want to double back it. This is one of the ephemera cards. It's pretty good. So I'm going to angle it. What I'm doing is I'm just putting my thumb where I knew it was going to hang over that edge, so I completely miss it. And then we're going to move, and we're going to do the top of our box because this is pretty simple. And my computer just went crazy on me. Wow. It still is. There's, All right, guys, I'm going to see what's going on with my computer here. Okay, no. Okay, it helps if I can see. There we go. And my computer just took off. It's like scrolling through all the pages. Odd. So I'm just going to put this here, and we're going to move to the top. I don't want to run out of time because the top is more important than doing all these other squares. But I want to still do the squares with you. So we'll do that with time permitting. Like I said, you don't want to sit here all day long. I realize that. So for our top decoration, and I'm going to turn this over so you can see it. I did the pin, and we've been making these and a bunch of other things that the design team's been showing you. So we're going to start by making one of those. And I'm going to attempt it with Graphic 45 paper, even though it's famous for cracking. But we're going to see how it does. So I'm going to cut 2 strips of 2 inches. So you're going to want your 12 by 12, and I'm cutting mine 2 inches wide. You want 2 of those. I'm going 2 1/4. I'm going to go a little bit bigger this time. And you know what? I really should, well, I'll tell you why I didn't score the whole sheet of paper, because I don't want to use the whole sheet of paper. So I didn't want to score my whole sheet of paper because I don't want to. Now, one thing with Graphic 45, so I'm going to grab a scrap here. I'm going to show you something. Graphic 45 I found is a little bit different. Where I scored it down there, I'm going to want to actually, no, I'm not. Sometimes it won't crack, but see how it's cracking? That's the one thing about Graphic 45. So, no, I don't want to use this. What I'm going to have to do for my pinwheel, hold on, let me get a piece of, I know what I'll use. Authentique. This is the Spectrum paper line, and I'm going to use it, and the red is fine because it's not going to crack. And when I go to make that pinwheel, it's going to crack. So can you see that? And this won't. So let me cut my header off. And I can use this with some other decorative things. I know I'm odd. That's not my bone. I've lost my other bone folder I used. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to score. If you're using a whole sheet of paper, like I said, I don't mind scoring this whole sheet because I'll use it for other projects with the pinwheel because it's red. So I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. If you're going to cut your strips at 2 1/4, you'll just have to score them each individual, that's all. And I should have done that on a scrap piece first. Like I said, I don't know if anybody else has any ideas how you're doing Graphic 45 where they say it doesn't crack, because it cracks. It will eventually crack. And it's the way they print on it. One thing Authentique doesn't do is they do not print in China. These other companies do. All of them do. They print in China. They do not. So it's a dual process of printing so that it doesn't crack when you score it. So we're going to go 2 1/4. And I still want 2 pieces. Now for the top piece, I can go ahead and use my punch. on my Graphic 45. And I can still get some of that gold color that I wanted. And I'm going to cut 2 circles at 2.5. One's going to be for the bottom, one's for the top. And I want a bigger circle because I'm covering a bigger area and I want it to, you know, hold on the top of my box. So now I'm just going to start folding it. I do it this way on my bone, pushing backwards on my scoreboard. And that way my hands also don't get as tired. You know, I don't either. I have no idea how they do those items. But when I was at the show, if you look closely, they have, they are cracked. And I know one of the Graphic 45 ladies says that they do use permanent markers on the edges. So if you want to go along all your edges with matching permanent markers, but I don't. Let's see. That way it goes by so much faster, I think. A lot of different ways to connect these. I know you can interlock them. I put, so that I don't have issues, I put it all along one side and I just butt them up against each other. And then I cut mine. So I fold that over. So I have my older dog got her toenails cut, and she's sitting over here, and she just won't stop licking them. She's driving me nuts. I hope you guys don't hear that. But you know, we give up. We love Graphic 45, so we give up. We have to give up a little for the fabulous designs, you know. Then I just cut it off. We squish that together. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Bend it over, bend that over, butt them together. Tons and tons of different ways to do this. You just have to do it what's comfortable with you. Or for you. Once I get it, I just cut it. Let me start down here. Just cut that off. Refold a little bit. Okay, I want this to be on the outside. I'm going to grab those 2 pieces. I don't want the stripes on the outside. So here's what I do. I just push it down, then turn it over. Like so. I'm going to grab my square. For this one on the bottom, it doesn't matter what color's up. And yes, I bought the new glue gun like Kim bought because I am so glad. It is just fabulous. Comes out so clean. Love the tip. Kim had posted that and I love it. My other one died, so that's good. Now push things together so you can feel that it's tight. Kind of move your arms. Then hold it down till it cools. Yes, Kim, I love, love, love this glue gun. Okay. Now on the other side, so now I'm just going to kind of put some glue in the hole, like to fill it up there, and then push it together. It'll ooze out, but that's okay. If you don't want it to ooze out and you don't like that, you can clean it right off. Just don't burn your finger. Now we're going to go ahead and ink the circle. Now you're going to want a pretty good circle if you're going to put the Christmas tree and your Christmas packages. You're going to want at least I would say I'd want at least a 2.5-inch circle to put your Christmas tree on. So once again, glue gun. This is great for, you're going to want the glue gun for this part. And try and get it on the outside center. Don't burn yourself. Oh, I love this glue gun. Kim, it was the best purchase. It's labeled as a professional one. Now, I did still get, and I'm so glad, I love the less mess, because you'll notice as I'm working with it, there's very little strings. Oh, yeah, you know what? The EK Success, yes, that crimper, it does, yeah, it's great. I've seen that being used. I just don't have one. So I like to do my edges after it's together, because now it should be very firm. You've got those two big circles. So I'm going to go ahead around the edges. Now, if you like to use that liquid snow, and I was going to have mine out for us. It's in a jar. This would be a great place to pile some snow around your Christmas tree. So we're going to come over here. I hate to move the camera. I think you guys, can you see it okay the way I'll kind of tilt it too. So decide where you want your circle. If you don't want it in the center, I'm going to bring it over. You can also have it hanging over the edge of your box a little bit. Then I want to use a cut apart up here. And actually I thought I had one of the graphic. Oh, I may have accidentally put it back. I had one because it goes the other direction. I did put it back. I wanted to use this, whoops, this one. Can you, there we go. I wanted to use this one with the Santa Claus sleeping. So I haven't attached anything down yet. And I want to go ahead and do the edges of this. Now, because it's going on top, I think I'm going to go ahead and mount this. I'm going to cut all of this black off the edges. And on our, let me see if I've got a scrap here. So I'm just going to use this lightweight chipboard. So I'm going to cut a 3x4 piece. Wait, no, I'm not, because I don't want it to be the exact same. Yes, I do. 3x4. And no one's going to see the underside of it. So it's a little bit big. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down because I want it to be a little bit stronger. Let's see, I'm trying to read some comments. Oh, the less mess? Yes, it comes in the longer size. You know what? I know I saw some of the reviews. Now, I'll tell you what, the glue gun is lousy. I wouldn't buy the less mess glue gun. I had it. It didn't even last. It's sitting in a pile over here. My husband takes everything apart. He wants parts and pieces. I don't know why. But I love these less mess glue sticks. I know it had some crappy reviews, but I've been very happy with it. I don't have strings. I mean, there are no strings. There's maybe one little one that I had to pick off that you saw, but it's pretty clean. But the glue guns, yes, the less mess glue guns by Elmer's really are terrible, I think. All right. I'm going to use my Tim Holtz scissors for this. There's my other rubber band. And I'm going to trim it to fit. And this is also how you can take your stickers and turn them into a chipboard sticker by using your lightweight chipboard or cereal box. If you want it stronger than just your paper. I'm going to go ahead and use my chomper for that and do the corners. So I'm going to do the 1/4 inch. And it will go through, this thing will go through many thicknesses. I love it. Remember, you're making your box because you want it to last more than one Christmas. Or if you're making it as a baby keepsake box, you're going to want it to last. Okay, so that's nice and firm. I'll bring my box over. So before I add here anything down, I'm just going to get my pieces and parts out. My Christmas tree. Oh, see, there's that one piece of glue I tried to get earlier. Nope, there we go. My chalkboard. And my presents. Now, this is the time, if you ever have buttons and you love to use buttons, but you hate the shanks, there is a shank cutter. And if you haven't seen it, I do have, oh, here it is. It's just on my other side. This is a shank cutter. I don't want to cut these off, but these will cut, and it'll cut your charms for you too. It cuts everything just right off. So say you get a charm, and even though this is a broken one, but you know how you had the hooks to hook it onto fabric? Look at this. Cuts them right off. Well, that's what it does to your buttons. I love this thing, and you can get it in the sewing department. At any sewing store. It's with the buttons. It'll be hanging with the buttons. I haven't seen it at Walmart though, or Amazon. It's just called a button shank cutter. Great. And a lot of times I'll cut these off, but I don't want to because they're going to hold the present at an angle. So the first thing you want to put down, and I'm hoping you guys, let me see if I can bring this up a little. There. I think that's a little better. The first thing that you want to do is, first of all, decide where you want your rosette. Decide how much overlay you want it to go onto your picture. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this down. And I've lost my bottle of glue. There it is. Again, I don't want the corners. So I'm just going to concentrate with the middle. Make sure I don't get glue, because I do want it to hang over just a hair. And you won't see the underside. For this, I am going to use the hot glue. Let me show you. This is the Les Mis. I may have to get one of those other new ones. And I'm just putting it basically in the middle. But see, there was no string. So it's, a personal preference. I haven't had any bad luck with it. Then decide where you want that. Now you're going to want your E6000. Bye, Debbie. Have fun. Except for Debbie, Hobby Lobby's not open today. Oh, sorry. It says hubby made dinner. I thought you said you were going to Hobby Lobby. Hubby made dinner. Oh, yeah. You got to go eat dinner then. Okay, Christmas tree. And like I said, this is where, if I had my bottle of snow, I meant to have it to show you. But it's just, a lot of you may have used it. It's liquid. You just dab it on there. Oh, let me see. It might be right here. Aha. It's called Snow Tex. So, I am going to use my Snow Tex. I want to show you what I do. It's kind of crumbly. But that's what it looks like. And again, there's tools. Actually, I just sent a whole package of tools to Debbie. It's funny. This is just one of the Cricut spatulas. They're great. So, and yes, I'm using my bone folder because it washes off. I'm just going to pile on some snow. So if I didn't use snow on the other two, I used one on the wreath, and that's when I decided I really like this. So now we can tip it. So I'm going to put some snow on here. It dries quite fast. I'm going to make a hole. Like I said, for you just joining, and if my head gets in the way, I apologize. This is a Sunday don't do hair day. Okay, make sure you clean off your whatever you're using right away, and it just wipes off. And as long as you wipe your tools, you don't have any major overnight soaking problems. But it's just called Snow-Tex, and it's everywhere, even Walmart in their craft section. And that's what I used on this box right there on the house. Then it dries it. So I put that on the rooftop. So my Christmas tree now will be buried in some snow. Whoops, but I want E6000, just like we put our knobs on. But you're going to use a good amount. We'll still need that. And it's going to go in the middle of my tree. Now I can push my snow up in and hide that base. Very easy to use. And the next thing I want to do is clean this. Get another diaper wipe. Okay. Is my presents. Now, if you're going to use the snow, let me show you. What I'm going to do is it's going to go down in there. But I'm going to put a little bit of E6000. Let me show you. Right on the tip here. Or right on the present. And then it's going to hit there. And it will hold it. You know what? I had the boxes made, and I'll, for some of you that are new, that are just joining us, you can make your own, and some of the ladies are so fantastic. They put the links to the boxes, but I'll tell you what, I made the first one out of my own boxes, and it took a pad and about 5 sheets of my scrap paper, so it cost me as much to make the boxes with the Cardella cardstock as it did to buy these, because they're $18.99 if you just want the boxes, all 24 of them. So, you know, the choice is yours. I don't want you to feel you have to buy them. You can make your own. And these are chipboard, so they're going to be stronger. And to be honest with you, I didn't have the time. I don't want to sit there and make them out of chipboard, and that would even be quite more expensive for me. So, chalkboard. Now, I had a lot of questions about, well, what did I write with it? And it's this. It's the ink or Bristow chalk marker. And here's the thing, it'll wash off. So you don't have to, if you don't want countdown on there, you can put countdown, anything you want, and it washes off. And I just put countdown, and it is chalk. So this way, every day you can write the number so the kids will know what drawer to take from. Or you can have these just surprise drawers. Have them pick from a drawer. You don't even have to number them if you don't want to. And for my chalkboard, I do want to use E6000. And I'm going to put it all down here at the bottom. So if you ordered the kit, you have your chalkboard in there. Or you can make your own or get your own. It's going crazy on me. And I'm going to stick mine in the back here. I'm gonna have to bring, there we go. Hold it down for just a minute. And you can put more decorations, more camouflage. Now I touched the chalk, so I'll just have to wash it when it dries. You just take your, actually a diaper wipe works great. And then you can add some flowers. I added flowers on these two that I had. So you can add your flowers now, or, you know, whatever you want over here. Excuse me. I was going to find some reindeer. I would like to have some little reindeer, something cute like that to put on it. So that's your basic. So now we'll go ahead, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to run out of time. And I know that a lot of you have other activities going on, but I did want to make sure we got the top part. Now I want to do this one, and I want to show you for this little one right here. I did the pinwheels, and they're little 1 inch, excuse me, 1 inch by 12 inch, and I want to do 2 more of those right there. But again, I'm not going to use the Graphic 45 because it will crack. And since I already have the red ones, I can use it for something else. But on this, oh, I better put it this way. On this pinwheel, I'm going to make just one. So it's going to sit right in the middle. So let me put this glue away before it gets on something and I regret it. Cut the top off. And the thing is, if you go ahead and just score this and cut what you need off, and then you've got it for another project, I don't throw these away, I save them. And once again, I'm just going to do the 1/2 inch. So that's really simple. Just start at a 1/2 and all the way down. And with all the cute projects Kim and Debbie showed making, they've made with these, I know I'll use this. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and cut. Like I said, this one's going to be smaller, so they're just going to be 1 inches. And it's only going to be 1. So 1 inch by 12 inches. Did I not? I didn't score it all the way. There we go. Another fun thing, like I showed on Friday night, is the new dome. Could you imagine making a snow globe underneath there to put on the top? These are the Prima domes that just came in, and you get 3 to a package. So that'd be cute to do your snow underneath. Get some miniature trees, some other miniature things. Oh, I really scored this funny. There we go. Wow, really funny. So we'll just get this one bent and attach. No, we won't. There we go. We're going to have to bend this way. When you're attaching the 2 ends together with this method, you need to make sure they're both going the same way. So I'm just rescoring it by hand the way I want it to go. And it's not doing it for me. So we're just going to attach it on top. That's okay. I just won't have it double there. which is fine. Okay, you're going to want a smaller circle for this one. This one works great. Whoops. And you need 2. And oops, I remove him. That's so weird. The comments just don't come up on the computer. So, like I mentioned before, if you guys are needing any help or anybody, just holler. The design team, there's some out there. Okay, the little one might give you a little problem at first, but just tell it who's boss. Okay, I'm going to push this down one more time, and if it's not going to go right, at least you have the idea. We'll move on, because this one's going to be a booger for me, obviously, because I didn't squirt all the way through. So anyway, you'll make your little thingy just like up there, but this one, later on, I will remake another one so we don't waste valuable time. But it's just not going to play nice, and it's going to go in the middle. Sorry about that, guys. I'll keep these. I'll make another one when we're not on camera. So for here, I am going to do the fussy cutting of one of these, I believe. This one. So what I want to do is I want to cut out this part because I just want him. So I'm going to cut it first on my cutter. Because this is cute. Then we can have Santa Claus up here. But I don't want the whole thing because I want him to be a little more of interest. Check your length to see, yeah, how much of your picture you can have in there. Looks like we can do the drum. And then just get your image with your scissors and start cutting. And I'll tell you what, our little soldier, he's not going to be joining us. He's just too small. And what I'll do is I'll cut out another image after I go through the papers, like a present or something, and I'll have it extended from Santa's hand. Because there's a lot of presents in this paper line. So if there's an image there, you just know you can't cut out, or you're new to fussy cutting and you're not going to sit there and do it. Just cut it off and then put something else there later that suits more of what you're wanting. I think sometimes we get tied up with looking at a picture of other designers because their work is just gorgeous and it becomes intimidating. So you don't even want to try it, and I think you should just try it, and actually you'll see how quick and easy it is. Then we'll have it look like it's on the side, and then see there's plenty of little presents, postage stamps, so I'll go through on my scraps and find one and cut that to make it look like it's extended from Santa's hand. Because the little puppet just had too many skinny parts to it. And I am going to go back and I'm going to take a little paintbrush, or you can take glossy accents, but I'm going to go through this with the snow to give it some dimension. And I'll probably do that this evening just before I go to bed so it dries up overnight. And I'm not worried about putting, strength on the areas, because I'll take little pieces of chipboard if I wasn't going to just adhere it to this strong chipboard anyway. One's wet. Yes, well, let me show you this cordless glue gun, and Kim did do a tutorial. Actually, it's professional, so it's got from 100 degrees to 250. I have mine set on about 160. So you can have it go even hotter, and with this fabulous tip, you can buy different ones. They unscrew, but glue doesn't ooze out all over the place. It's a fabulous, but it's not cordless. But oh my gosh, yes, it has like a 6 or 3 or 4 foot cord. The cord's really long compared to a glue gun in this store. Okay, so we have him down there. I'll add my snow. I'll make another pinwheel to fit there. Then we have this one. And again, I think it would look really funny just leaving half of it on. So I'm just going to do some cutting here. Just grab your little, it does help if you have the right scissors. These scissors make all the difference in the world. So what I'm doing is I'm matching my black borders so it looks like it was an actual piece, not part of a piece. I'm just going to cut the top of that off. So now it looks more like an actual piece instead of the other half of that Santa Claus. And I'm not using any pop dots or anything like that on these things, because it's going to get stored at, after Christmas. Okay, I'm going to explain the online crop because there's been another question for it. The online crop is to bring us all together. Whereas a lot of ladies don't have that option to go to crops. So we actually do it right on the Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations page. Now it moves fast. It's fabulous. There's games. We do live videos. Other design team members. Actually, I have, and I know you all know New Lady 1949, Patty. She does the most fabulous videos on YouTube. In fact, I learned from her many years ago. And she's said that she'd like to be in our crop. So we will do YouTube videos. Some of them will be linked right on the page. You'll watch everything from the page. We'll do games from the page. We're going to do, we do games, prizes, giveaways, challenges where you have to remake the items that we teach you to make. And we do it for 2 days. We don't do it 2 days straight. There's a time and we go to bed and come back. And that is our online crop. Basically, you want to sit in front of your computer. You want all your crafting things with you. You're going to craft, play games. You have to refresh your page a lot because the games go by super fast. Some of them actually, you have to use your phone and camera, so they're fun. And yes, you'll want to join. So that's basically in a nutshell what a crop is. So I'm just going to have this border. I'm going to have one at the top, and I'm going to have one at the bottom. So I'm going to cut it. I can't remember how wide we cut these. And then I'll just trim it. Actually, I should have done the border beforehand. I'm going to cut it on my other cutter. And I could have trimmed it when I trimmed this cover piece. Perfect. So when it comes to decorating, I mean, this is a great piece where you could use your leftovers from last year. But you don't really have to go out and buy anything but your boxes or make them. And it's quite an, it really isn't a very expensive project. You don't even have to buy a new paper line. I'm sure you've got plenty of scraps from last year because this is basically about using scraps. I lost my glue again. Oh, there it is. So, I hope that answered your question about the crop. And then as we get closer and closer, I'll start posting. The design team will post those that are involved. And we always give you the schedule beforehand, but it's about 4 hours on a Friday night and 4 to 6 hours on Saturday. And this year, I'm going to give everybody that wins one of my dogs, because this dog's still driving me crazy. I hope you guys, like I said, don't hear her back here licking her paws. Okay, so I'll probably make some flowers to go inside there. I'll just punch them like I've shown you on other videos. Stick my flowers in the middle. And this is all you have to do. Go through, decorate them how you like. Add what you like. And the fun part's going to be filling them with candy. Adding pearls, any of the decorations that you want. So I'm going to cut this corner. So I just cut it right off at an angle. And I cut it at the wrong angle. So there's going to be a flower there. I want it to hang over. And again, let me just cut that some more. There, it blends in better so when I put the flower there. See, it should have gone the other way. There we go. But that's what our embellishments are for, our mistakes. Yes, Diana, you are right. Get a chair you can sit in for 8 hours. You're going to have to tell us what chair yours is that says that you can sit in it for 8 hours. Because there's days I feel like I'm sitting in mine for 8 hours. Oh, the crops are. And you don't have to, you can live anywhere in the world. It's just the time difference, of course, to join us in the crop. They're fun. I mean, the last one, when it ended, we were all kind of like, it's sad. We don't want to go. It's online, Okay, I'm just trimming another cut apart. So I just trimmed another one of the cut aparts to go here. And again, I'll angle it. And I cut it a little bit shorter. Oh, you mean, so they really did say it's a sit-in chair for 8 hours. That is too funny. So does it, Diana, can you really sit in it and not get sore, your back? I know there's sometimes you just don't want to quit crafting, but then you also are like, I can't sit. And then, all these new reports are out, or they'd come out, that people who sit aren't healthy, they die. And I'm like, well, then I'm going to be dead really soon, because lately I've been sitting. Oh my heck, Judy, that's really cool. She can nap in her chair. Okay, and we're done. Can you believe it? And I know that, I'll still go back And I am going to go, because now the stores are getting out all their little miniatures and all that. So I am going to find 2 little reindeer to go here. And I have my snow on my tree, which I'm really happy about. I'll probably put it on the other boxes. And I just need to add some pearls here and there. Oh, and your numbers. So if you are just joining us again, I mentioned if you have any of the calendar lines, you're going to have numbers. But your graphic 45, any line, whether it's this one or here's the one by the nautical one, there's numbers. So whatever matches your paper, you already have some numbers. Okay, you'll probably have to use all of them though, and then you can put your numbers here. You can cut them out on here. You can print them out and hand punch them. There's so many things you can do if you want to number your boxes. Now, I numbered mine 1 through 24. So that means that every day the grandkids will pick out some candy. So like the first family, well, there's quite a few. There's 3, so I would put 3 of the candies in the box and close it. So that day, and see, I can already pull the knobs. They would have each of them would get a piece of candy. Or you could put a little matchbox star, depending on how many kids are in the family. You may only have to put 1. Oh, I don't know. Is the print backwards when I showed it to you? I don't know. So that's the Christmas themed one. And I've shown this a couple of times. Here's the shorter version. If you want to make a shorter one, this one is going to be a jewelry box, and this is the new Prima Rosabella paper. And it's going to have the dome on top. And these domes you just glue down, again with your E6000. And you could put cute things in here like baby bracelets, socks, pacifiers, keepsakes, shaker domes. So anything you want. And then, but I'm not done, of course. I'm going to finish it. So you're going to make it just like you make your short one, but here it is, just 1 layer. And this is going to be a jewelry box for the one granddaughter. So there is your box. And I'm really excited. I have 3 done for all 3 families now, my daughters and my sons. And I'm really glad you joined me today. It was really fun. The video will be on YouTube tomorrow. And even though we've spent all day together, it doesn't seem like it. It's gone by pretty fast. So thanks for joining me, everybody. And if you have any questions, you know I'm always around. Just holler if you need help. Thanks for watching. Oh, and the boxes, yes, the boxes are on countrycraftcreations.com, and you can purchase it with or without the chipboard piece. So if you need all the chipboard, and the buttons, the trees, the presents, there is a whole kit in there for you. Or you can just buy the boxes and add your own stuff, because you don't have to use these knobs. You can use buttons, you could use rocks, you know, little pebbles. There's so many things you could do depending on the theme that you want to make your box. Well, thanks everybody, and I'll see you on Facebook. Bye-bye.